Hi everybody. The fourth unit, electroanalytical techniques. In that, we are discussing the types of conductances. This is equivalent, molar, and specific conductances. Now I am going to discuss about the ionic mobility. Equivalent conductance of any electrolyte at any dilution is directly proportional to the charge carried by the ions and their velocity. Equivalent conductance is a type of conductance, means conductance is thus the product of charge carried by the ions and their velocity. Means the conductance is the product of charge carried by the ions and their velocity. If we are taking an electrolyte, example, sodium chloride electrolyte we are taking, by the dissociation or ionization of this electrolyte, initially producing Cl minus. This electrolyte initially by the ionization, it is partially ionized and producing the Na plus and the Cl minus ions. As ionization is increasing, means at infinite dilution, for example, if you are taking this is one equivalent, if you are taking one equivalent of electrolyte, by the ionization of this one equivalent of electrolyte, producing the equivalent number of Na plus and the Cl minus ions are produces equivalent number. If we are taking the two equivalents of electrolyte, this is the two equivalents of sodium chloride we are taking by the ionization of this one, and here we are taking the one equivalent of electrolyte. As we are doing the ionization, initially the ionization is poor, and as the ionization is increasing, means at infinite dilution, the ionization is complete and producing the equivalent number of, we are taking the one equivalent of electrolytes, means producing the equivalent number of Na plus and Cl minus ions. If we are taking now two equivalents of electrolyte we are taking, and by the ionization, initially the ionization is slow and gradually at infinite dilution the ionization is complete and producing two equivalents of Na plus and Cl minus ions. By comparing these two, if one equivalent of electrolyte producing equivalent number of ions, taking the two equivalents of electrolyte at infinite dilution producing two equivalent number of ions will be producing. But in both the cases, the charge will be what? Here what? Same that ions are producing, this is one equivalent ion, equivalent number of ions producing, here two equivalents of ions are producing. But in both the cases, the charge carried by the ions is remains same at infinite dilution. Means the total charge carried by all the ions at infinite dilution is same. From this, therefore, you can say that conductance now mainly depends on the velocity, because the total charge carried by all the ions at infinite dilution is same. That's why the conductance is mainly exclusive, now depends only on the velocity of individual ions. From this, we say that equivalent conductance of an cation is directly proportional to the velocity of cation. Again, equivalent conductance of anion is directly proportional to the velocity of anion only. If we remove the proportionality, we have to put a constant, it is k of u plus, and here also if you remove the proportionality, you put a constant, that is k and u minus. Ionic mobility is defined as the speed of the ions at infinite dilution under a potential gradient of 1 volt per centimeter. This potential gradient is a rate of change of potential with distance. There is a potential gradient is dV by dx. The change of potential with respect to the distance is the potential gradient. When the potential gradient is 1 volt per centimeter, at the time the speed of the ions is called as a ionic mobility. And here from this, lambda plus is equal to k into u plus and lambda minus is equal to k into u minus. If that one equivalent of electrolyte under potential gradient carries a charge of 1 Faraday, means if that is k is equal to 1 Faraday, nothing but 96,500 coulombs. We are substituting this k value, lambda plus is equal to 96,500 into u plus. The same way, lambda minus is equal to 96,500 u minus. From these two, I am writing u plus. U plus is equal to what? Lambda plus divided by 96,500. The same way, u minus, velocity of anion is equal to equivalent conductivity of anion divided by 96,500. In general, I am writing this ionic mobility formula as u, velocity of ion, is equal to equivalent conductivity of ion divided by 96,500. Now, the units of ionic mobility is units centimeter per second. Now, I am going to explain about the conductometric titrations. This is conductometric titrations. First of all, what is the meaning of titration? Titration is nothing but addition of one electrolytic solution. This addition of one electrolytic solution to that of another is called as titration. And this conductometric titration is a type of volumetric titration. Already we have learned in our lower classes the volumetric titrations. In the volumetric titration, we done the titration between the acids and bases by using of some indicator. In the volumetric titrations, the endpoint is detected by the color change. But here, conductive titration is a type of volumetric titrations based on the changes in the conductance values at the end point during titrations. In this method, the conductance of an electrolyte solution mainly depends on the The conductance of an electrolyte solution of ions mainly depends on the two factors. One is number of ions, number of free ions. Then next there is a mobility of ions. Mobility, or we can write as velocity. Velocity of ions. Now I am going to discuss about the types of conductivity titrations, and also in the compared to the general element titrations, in the conductivity titration we are not using any type of indicators, and also in this endpoint is detected by the changes in the conductance values. And this types of conductivity titrations. Types of conductometric titrations. This is the first type of conductometric titration we are discussing. Titration of strong acid, that is HCl, versus strong base, sodium hydroxide. See, in the conductometric titration, what we do, we have, I am writing a diagram for this. Simply say this is a conductivity meter. Conductivity meter. And this is attached to the, and we are taking a beaker, and in this we are taking the burette, a beaker, and this, so the conductivity meter we are attaching a conductivity cell. In beaker we are taking a some amount of acid we are taking, and beaker we are filling with a base. This is the conductivity cell. Conductivity cell. Okay, what is the process we are doing for the titration of this strong acid and strong base? Initially we are taking the some amount of acid in a beaker and filling the burette with a base, strong base, and this conductivity cell is dipping in the acid solution. Before addition of base to the acid, due to presence of this strong acid, that is H plus Cl minus, because strong acids are completely ionized, that's why I am writing as a ionized form. And this strong acid, before addition of this base to the acid, before titration, due to presence of this strong acid, and here what? H plus ion. Comparing all the H plus ions, or all the cations, H plus ions having the high mobility, comparing all the cations. That's why, due to presence of these highly mobile H plus ions, whose conductance value is more, this value is plotted, or show, this point of this is shown by the by plotting a graph between volume of base added on x-axis, volume of base added on x-axis, the conductance values on y-axis. And before the base is added from the burette to the acid, due to strong acid, it is completely ionized, and showing the high conductance, that is shown at point A in the graph. Now, the gradual addition of this base to the acid, what is happens? This base is which base we are adding? Strong base. Strong base also is a producing ion reservoir. It is completely ionized. I am writing this one strong base. Once we are adding this base to the acid, this following reaction is possible between these two, the strong acid and the strong base, and producing H plus, Na plus and Cl minus, the loss of water molecule. What happened here? Whenever we are adding this strong base to the acid, the fastly moving H plus ions, are replaced by slowly moving Na plus ions. Just now I have already told what is that? Comparing all the cations, sodium plus ion is a cation, H plus is also a cation. Comparing all the cations, the ionic mobility of H plus ions is more. That's why what I am saying here. Whenever we are adding this base, the fastly moving H plus ions are replaced by the slowly moving Na plus ions. What is I am told? Conductance mainly depends on the two factors. What are those? The number of ions and the mobility of ions. Here the fastly moving H plus ions are replacing by slowly moving Na plus ions means the conductance value will be somewhat decreases. That I am writing, showing is a point. And again, gradually we are adding 1 ml, 1 ml, 1 ml. Every time, once we are adding this strong base to the acid, this fastly moving H plus ions are replacing by the slowly moving Na plus ion. That's why conductance values are, whenever we are adding the base, the conductance values are gradually decreasing until the total H plus ions are neutralized with the base. Okay. After the complete neutralization of this acid, again we are adding strong base from the burette, but in that solution there is no H plus ions for the neutralization. At the time, what happens? In the solution, the number of free Na plus ions will be increasing. Mean these Na plus ions are having some of the mobility value. That's why the conductance values again increases gradually. At this intersection point, by plotting a line, the intersection point, first the conductance values will be decreases. After some time, after the complete neutralization of this acid, due to free Na plus ions, the conductance values again increases. The intersection point of this gives the what? End point. End point. This type of curve we are getting in the case of strong acid, strong base. Means the first, due to the strong acid, the conductance value is more. By doing the titration with the strong base, gradually the conductance values decreases until the total H plus ions are neutralized. Then after the neutralization, in the free Na plus ions number will be increases. Due to that, the conductance values like increases. With this type of curve we are getting in the case of strong acid and strong base. The second, titration of strong acid versus weak base. Weak base. This weak base is ammonium hydroxide. The same procedure we are following here. Initially, Due to strong acid, the conductance value is same. Volume of base on x-axis, conductance values on y-axis. Before addition of this weak base, due to strong acid whose conductance value is more, that is shown by the point A. See, after that, whenever we are adding this strong base from the burette to this strong acid, what is this? This following reaction is possible. Weak base CH3, ammonium hydroxide we are adding here. This is what happens. Why I wrote this ammonium hydroxide as this form? Because weak base or weak electrolytes are partially ionized. Strong electrolytes or strong acid are completely ionized. That's why I wrote it in the ion form. And see, whenever we are adding this weak base to the strong acid, what happens here? Producing NH4 plus Cl minus plus H2O. The same process. Whenever we are adding this weak base to the strong acid, same, the fastly moving H plus ions are replaced by slowly moving ammonium ions. That's why the conductance value is slightly decreases. The gradual addition of this weak base to the strong acid, conductance values are gradually decreasing until the total H plus ions are neutralized. Then after the complete neutralization of this acid, after addition of this ammonium hydroxide, there is a weak base we are adding. After the neutralization, there is no appreciable change in the conductance values because we are adding what? Weak base. Because weak bases are what? Partially ionized. That's why there is no appreciable change in the conductance values after the neutralization of this total strong acid. This intersection point gives what? End point. This type of curve we are getting in a case of strong acid versus weak base. The next third one, we are discussing about the titration of weak acid. Titration of weak acid is acetic acid versus strong base, that is NaOH. Strong base NaOH. What happens in this case? The same plots we are plotting for this one. Here the reaction will be changed. What happens here? Here acid is weak acid. Initially the conductance value will be less, that is shown by the point A. Weak electrolytes are partially ionized, that's why whose conductance value is less, that is shown by the point A. Now this weak acid, from the burette what we are adding? We are adding the strong base. Whenever we are adding this strong base, in a place is OH minus. Whenever we are adding this strong base to the weak acid, the following reaction is possible. This formation of COO minus Na plus, producing ionized salt, highly ionized salt, highly ionized salt is forming. See, whenever we are adding this strong base to the acid, a highly ionized salt is forming. As that conductance values somewhat increases due to, and here what? This H2O. Due to formation of this highly ionized salt, conductance values are somewhat increases, and same by the gradual addition of this strong base to the weak acid, conductance values are slightly increasing until the total acid is neutralized. Then after the neutralization, we are adding the strong base continuously. The number of free Na plus ions will be increasing after the neutralization of acid. Due to increasing the number of free ions, free Na plus ions, the conductance values are increases. Mean this type of this graphs we are getting in the case of weak acid versus strong. This point is end point. The same way, fourth type of conductivity titrations. Titration of weak acid versus weak base. We are taking weak base. What is weak base? Ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. What happens in this case? Let us see. This is conductance value. And due to weak acid, initially the conductance values are less, that is point A. To this weak acid, what we are adding? Weak base, ammonium hydroxide we are adding, are producing minus NH4 plus ammonium acetate. This highly ionized salt is forming here. Highly ionized salt is forming here, plus water. Whenever we are adding this weak base to the weak acid, this highly ionized salt is forming. That's why conductance value slightly increases by the gradual addition of weak base to the weak acid. Then after the neutralization of this acid, we are adding weak base, means it is partially ionized. That's why there is no appreciable change in the conductance values after the neutralization of weak base. Means we are getting a graph like this. In the case of weak acid versus weak base. Titration of mixture of acids, strong acid, weak acid versus strong base. In presence of a strong acid, the dissociation of weak acid is completely suppressed due to common ion effect. Means first neutralization of strong acid starts, then after the complete neutralization of the strong acid, weak acid undergo neutralization. First of all, the strong base we are adding from the burette. In mixture, first strong acid undergo dissociation, undergo neutralization. Due to strong acid, the conductance value is more because of strong acid. We are adding the strong base. Already we discussed. In the case of strong acid and strong base, we are getting what? A curve like this. Because the fastly moving H plus ions are replaced by the slowly moving Na plus ion. That's why the conductance values slightly decreases. Then after complete neutralization of this strong acid, now weak acid starts ionization. This whenever we are adding this strong base to the weak acid, what is producing here? Highly ionized sodium acetate is formed. Already we discussed. That's why conductance values slightly increases. Then after the complete neutralization of this weak acid, whenever we are adding this strong base, in that number of free Na plus ions numbers will be increasing. As the number of free Na plus ions will be increasing, the conductance values are sharply increases. With this, we are getting a graph like this. This endpoint is what first? Neutralization of strong acids. And this endpoint is neutralization of weak acid versus strong base. And this type of curve we are getting in the case of mixture of acids versus strong base. And see, what are the advantages of this conductivity titration when compared to the volumetric titrations? In volumetric titrations, we can't titrate mixture of acids, but in this conductivity titrations, we are doing the titrations. And second advantage, colored solution titrations, we can't do the simple volumetric analysis. But in conductivity titrations, colored solutions titrations can be easily done. Why we are not able to do titrations or volumetric titrations for the color solution? Because in the color solution, the selection of indicator is difficult. That's why we can't perform the color solution by the simple volumetric titration. But in this color solutions, titrations also became do by the conductivity titrations.